Today we got quite the matchup and two very skilled fighters going head to head. Daredevil versus Ninjak. Who comes out on top? Let's find out. As a child, Matt Murdock was blinded by radioactive waste while trying to save an elderly stranger about to get by a truck carrying the dangerous material. In turn, his other senses were heightened to superhuman sharpness and gained a form of radar sense. By day, he is a successful trial lawyer, but by night, he guards Hell's Kitchen as the man without fear, known as Daredevil. Now, Daredevil is in peak physical condition and is surprisingly strong and durable. He's been seen easily swinging around using a 400-pound barbell as a weapon and can crack concrete walls with the sheer power of his punches or by throwing his baton. Now, Matt's whole thing is that he knows how to take a punch. He's able to take several punches from the Hulk, so have a multi-story fall from a building, withstand being caught on fire, and napalm and nitroglycerin explosions. His greatest asset, though, is his speed and agility. He's been able to consistently dodge bullets and machine gun fire, even after the bullets have already been fired and at point-blank range. Daredevil is even great enough to swat away bullets with his baton. He's also one of the greatest acrobats in the Marvel Universe. Thanks to the accident, Matt's other senses were heightened to extremely superhuman degrees. He's able to hear everything within a 5-mile radius if he concentrates. He can read simply by touching the ink on the page, and has so great a sense of smell that they can actually smell blood pressure rising. Then his radar sense from echolocation allows him to see what's around him and also gives him a 360 view of his surroundings. Daredevil is one of the greatest fighters in Marvel Comics, and is skilled in nerve strikes and martial arts like ninjutsu, jujutsu, judo, kung fu, aikido, and boxing. This blend of fighting styles perfectly blends his incredible strength and gymnastics ability. Then Matt also has his billy club, which is able to throw hard enough to crack concrete and is skilled enough to ricochet off of basically anything. Finally, Daredevil is an excellent strategist and is smart enough to graduate valedictorian from law school at Columbia. Thus we got in one corner, defender of Hell's Kitchen, Daredevil. But, entering the other ring, Ninjak. The man known as Colin King, codenamed Ninjak, is one of the United Kingdom's best intelligence operatives, one of the world's deadliest men. Due to deep personal tragedies and childhood trauma, Colin's mysterious past and personal life is a well-guarded secret known only by a select few. Ninjak is an Olympic-level athlete and is in peak physical condition. He's strong enough to cut through metal and is durable enough to take massive explosions or take strikes from superhuman opponents, just shrug them off. Ninjak is fast and agile enough to dodge bullets, even deflect them with his sword, and stab someone or break their neck before they could even react. Colin has trained himself to have the unique ability to absorb poison into his body, heal himself, and has incredible longevity. In fact, it's been foretold that Ninjak's death will be hundreds of years in the future. Ninjak is also considered to be one of the most skilled and dangerous men on the planet. He's an excellent martial artist with extensive knowledge, being able to kill a man with one strike, and even engage superhuman opponents like XO Man of War. Ninjak wears a hex weave suit that's both bulletproof and fireproof, and smart boots and gloves, which are able to stick to any surface and run up walls or the ceiling. His suit also has a built-in scanner, provides him with information like a person's name, combat training level, weapons, and whether or not they have any powers. Ninjak always has an abundance of shurikens, which vary from standard, explosive, flashbang, tranquilizers, shurikens that entrap and cut foes with monomolecular thread, and even shurikens that spit out smaller blades that target and kill opponents. Ninjak is incredibly accurate. He's capable of throwing many of them all at the same time in order to kill multiple targets. Ninjak also uses 2 katanas that he's extremely skilled with. The katanas are made out of a tri-silk alloy supermetal that is incredibly tougher than steel, and the blades are also unique in that they sport a unique vibration frequency that continually sharpens the blades and makes them quite stronger. The swords can be coated in various chemicals and also support a high-impact taser on the hilt of the sword. So who wins? Well, let's break it down. Now, let me tell you, these two combatants are incredibly evenly matched. Whoever ultimately comes out on top Both of these heroes are definitely going to claim their fair share of victories. Just want to make that clear up front. Now, let's get started. First, we're taking a look at physicality. So even though Daredevil might not look it, he is surprisingly strong. Matt has easily picked up a 400-pound barbell and used it as a weapon. He's thrown his baton hard enough to crack concrete, or even cracked concrete walls himself with his bare hands. He sent men flying backwards with his attacks, easily broken through metal, and when he's gone up against Kingpin, massive guy who weighs some 500 pounds, well, Daredevil was kicked him with enough force to send him stumbling backwards and actually dent metal doors. He's also got some serious striking power, sending a punching bag flying across the room, a whole lot like Cap did in the first Avengers movie. He's bent prison cell bars before, and Matt flipped over a limousine full of people. On the other hand, Ninjak is strong enough to punch through metal armor, destroy drones and robots with his kicks and punches, and destroy Ninja H's metal arm with a strike. And all this metal is either incredibly strong or actually made from materials more advanced than what is found on the Earth. He's even swung his katana so hard that it shattered. And Ninjak's sword is made out of an incredibly strong metal as well, being made of a tri-silk alloy super metal tougher than steel. So I would say that Daredevil might have the slight edge when it comes to strength. Lifting up a limo is insanely impressive, but end of the day, it's a small gap between the two. It won't make a significant impact one way or the other in the fight, especially since if Daredevil is stronger, Ninjak is more durable. And it really all comes down to his armor. It's made out of meta materials, hex-weave bulletproof fabrics with anti-ballistic polymer and a titanium impact-resistant cage. With this armor, King has survived attacks from superhumans, withstood explosions that were previously destroying cars, and even after taking a barrage of submachine gun fire at point-blank range directly on his back, he only suffered a few cracked ribs. In fact, he's been smashed down into the ground directly on his spine by Malcolm, someone who can walk through 6 feet of the strongest walls known to man like they were paper, so as a quarter-mile bedrock, and get back up on his feet a few minutes later. Ninjak even has a healing factor, as he can control himself down the cellular level and speed up the healing process, even healing from a broken back. But it still takes a little while, and it's nothing like Wolverine and Deadpool's. Like it took Ninjak 3 days to heal from multiple broken ribs and sword slashes. Impressive, and definitely superhuman, but it's not going to allow Ninjak to just instantly heal while he's still in the fight with Matt. But Ninjak is more durable, and Daredevil just doesn't have that kind of armor durability that Colin is packing. However, Matt definitely knows how to take a punch. He's able to keep on fighting through attacks that should have killed normal humans. He's survived several explosions, some even at point-blank range, and yet still got back up and continued fighting. He's taken point-blank blasts from Electro, taken direct attacks from superhumans like Bruiser, fallen from multi-story buildings, and Matt even kept on fighting and actually beat Typhoid Mary while he was literally being burnt alive. Daredevil was even taking several punches from the Hulk. And man, just the balls on him to actually try and take on a rampaging Hulk in a one-on-one fight. Now, finally, speed. Let me just tell you, both of these guys are insanely fast. Ninjak is regularly able to dodge bullets, and even dodging gunfire at point-blank range, or with his hands still tied up behind his back, and also been able to dodge laser fire from multiple drones coming at him at the same time. King is so fast, in fact, that he's been able to deflect bullets on several occasions, even shots from high-powered rifles. Ninjak is also able to attack superhumanly fast, taking down multiple men before they could even react. He's able to take down opponents who are expecting him or blitz other highly trained fighters. On the other hand, Matt has been able to regularly swat away and deflect bullets with his baton, even multiple bullets at the same time. It's actually more impressive than dodging bullets. Consider you're not moving out of the way, but literally letting the bullet come towards you and just out-reacting it. And while Ninjak has done this before as well, Daredevil has done it more often. Deflected multiple bullets at once, and even deflected bullets from people like Bullseye, arguably the most accurate character in the Marvel Universe. He's dodged bullets trained on him from all locations, dodged bullets without even using his radar sense, meaning he had to wait and hear for the gunshot, dodged sniper fire after it was fired, dodged a point-blank shot from behind. Daredevil has even dodged a punch from Spider-Man and outreacted Peter on a couple of occasions. And I'm definitely not saying that Daredevil is somehow faster than Pete. He isn't and never will be, but it does demonstrate Matt's incredible speed and agility, and unless Ninjak has outreacted the valiant version of Spider-Man on several occasions, I'm gonna give Daredevil the slight edge in speed. Really, Daredevil is overall physically superior here, as the only reason Ninjak is more durable is because he's got better, more durable armor. And even then, Matt isn't that far behind. So about fighting skill and gear. So Ninjak is actually an interesting fighter when it comes to skill and martial arts abilities. For starters, he's been expertly trained in the use of every weapon and fighting discipline on Earth, mastering countless forms of armed and unarmed martial arts styles. But Ninjak's actually consistently been able to beat supposed masters of all martial arts throughout his time in comics. That's actually a running theme for him. That's actually because he kind of transcends the typical martial arts master mentality, thanks to having received special magical training. This is from having met and trained under the undead monk, who isn't able to teach him anything about conventional martial arts, but over the course of a 1-year meditation, he's able to telepathically communicate all that he has to offer. Ninjak actually became one of the 7 most dangerous students of the undead monk, being a part of the Shadow 7. He's actually been able to tear through and kill 30 plus lesser students of the undead monk. Then by no means does Ninjak just rely on his skill alone in a fight, as he's constantly and consistently bringing in a massive array of gear and weapons into battle with him, with most of these weapons being hidden until he pulls them out and uses them to quickly put his enemy down. For starters, Ninjak's swords made out of a kind of super metal, have built-in tasers in the hilts, and can vibrate at a supersonic frequency in order to increase their strength and cutting power. Ninjak also always carries on a wide array of shurikens, which are basically his version of batarangs. And these can range from flashbang, tranquilizers, heat-seeking, smoke, explosive, and even stun shurikens. His gauntlets have an integrated knockout gas and retractable palm spikes, and even chemical weapons to poison people. And his boots have a retractable blade coated in lethal poison as well. He'll even use sonic grenades and sonic weapons as well, which are known to be effective against Daredevil. Ninjak also isn't at all afraid to kill, or at the very least severely maim his opponents, which is a line that Daredevil won't really cross. But while Daredevil doesn't have the wide assortment of gear that Ninjak does, he is the more skilled fighter here. Well, let me rephrase. I don't know if Daredevil is technically more skilled than Ninjak. They do seem to be roughly on par with each other. But I do think that Daredevil has a better fighting technique. I mean, Daredevil is an expert of combining elegant parkour moves with some very clean yet devastating punches and kicks in order to swiftly put people down. At the same time, he'll always utilize powerful nerve strikes while making a full use of his radar sense, allowing him to dodge and evade attacks and perform complex moves faster and easier. Daredevil also doesn't just try and slug it out of his opponents. It actually specifically targets an opponent's weak spots, which he's able to pick up on via his radar sense and enhanced senses. Matt is also kind of the expert when it comes to nerve strikes. He will definitely use them in a fight in order to put down more powerful opponents, or people he can't really easily beat with just fighting skill. He knows nerve strikes that can blind people, cause them to experience pain worse than being set on fire, simply knock them unconscious, or even kill them. He's also able to use these strikes on superhumans with super durability, like when he had Hammerhead screaming in pain in just 3 moves, while Hammerhead is usually able to brush off attacks on people like Spider-Man and Luke Cage. Ninjak's armor also isn't infallible, and is really built for blunt force trauma. And if Matt is able to injure people as durable as Hammerhead, I'm betting he can injure and take out Ninjak with his nerve strikes as well. And even though Daredevil doesn't have the wide array of gear that Ninjak does, he does have his baton, and he's insanely skilled with it. In fact, he's able to ricochet all over the room, ricochet off of several opponents, and even throw his baton through a window, knock someone out, and the baton bounce through the exact same hole that it had previously made. He's also used this to take down master martial artists, even people with radar senses, by having the baton ricochet all around the room then hit them by surprise, when they believed they had already dodged the initial attack. End of the day, Matt is just the better fighter. He's fought against entire elite ninja squads, beat several superhumans or master martial artists by himself, and even famously fought against and beat 107 armed Yakuza men, half of whom were enhanced to MGH and could punch straight through a man, and Matt didn't even have any of his Daredevil gear on him, just relying on his skill. Nothing that Ninjak has ever done is better than that one feat. And even though Ninjak does have a whole lot more versatile gear, one of the main reasons that's so effective is because of the element of surprise. He'll pull it out, use it against his enemy, and his opponent wouldn't even really register that it's there until it's already too late. This isn't going to work against Daredevil and his radar sense and enhanced senses. He can literally smell blood pressure rising, recognize the differences in heartbeat to such a fine degree that he knows by sound if someone is new, and can detect nanosecond pauses, detect the molecules in the air, notice as they shift, and he can practically become omniscient if he really focuses. Nothing about Ninjak is going to be a surprise, and that takes away a lot of King's power. From there, Daredevil is also going to be able to either dodge or just take Ninjak's attacks. Swords and shurikens are nothing new to him. They can casually dodge and deflect bullets, able to do the same with shurikens. And if he's hit with one of the more versatile attacks, well, Daredevil's taken Electric Blast from Electro, walked off massive explosions, and kept on fighting while being lit on fire. And he's even shown he can quickly brush off tranquilizers or hallucinations. And even though Daredevil is weak to flashbangs or sonic attacks, he's also shown that he can keep on fighting through the pain and quickly brush them off as well. End of the day, this would be a fight for the ages. And honestly, a fight we should all want to see play out in comics. But I gotta give the edge and ultimate victory to Daredevil here. He's physically superior and is the better fighter, able to quickly counter Ninjak's durability by targeting weak points and hitting him with nerve strikes. And even though Ninjak will claim his fair share of victories with his more versatile gear and lethal methods, I'll still favor Daredevil's skill and radar sense. Daredevil wins. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts. Sound off in the comments down below. Also, be sure hit that like button, subscribe button, turn on notifications to join the DanCo army, and I will see y'all next time.